300 workers who lost their jobs when a chain of department stores closed will share in a compensation package from their former employers. There was criticism of the East of England Co-op for passing 12 of its stores to Vergo Retailing. Vergo went bust within a year.
3 ex-co-op workers from Ipswich, between them almost 40 years' service. Last July, along with scores of other society staff across the region, they suddenly found themselves with a new boss. The home and department stores where they worked were transferred to the firm Vergo Retail. But within 10 months, it went into administration. Now the co-op has announced a payout, what it calls an unprecedented financial gesture.
I didn't expect that, actually. That was a nice surprise. So, yes, yeah, very pleased.
It's sad that we had to fight a bit for it, which I think, I think we deserved a little bit better than that. But we're grateful now.
This is where they used to work, in Carr Street in Ipswich. The co-op still owns the building. Vergo simply leased it, rent-free, and it's claimed the writing was on the wall from day one.
Even the Vergo bosses, they came round to start with for the first a month or so, and after that you never see anybody. No stock coming in. As far as we know, no bills were paid.
The co-op admits that what happened to its former workers was a disgrace. It's now lobbying for tighter regulation.
The law doesn't protect employees, and it doesn't seem to protect suppliers either. So we're bitterly disappointed with Vergo and the director that ran it, and we've got a lot of questions we're asking of the administrators, and we would like to ultimately get some answers to them.
There's a lot of questions to be answered about the way that the money paid to Vergo to take on the cooperative department stores was used, what the terms of the TUPE arrangements were, and what they did in the interim to try and trade these stores, because as far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to have been any effort whatsoever to have traded these stores.
The workers don't yet know precisely how much money they'll get, but they too are calling for a change in the law. Kevin Birch, BBC Look East, in Ipswich.
The biggest container port in Britain has been closed all day because of the high winds. Lorries heading for Felixstowe have been diverted by the police onto the old A45. The wind has been too high for the cranes at the port to operate safely. Now, in just under an hour, Norwich will find out if it's been successful in its bid to be the UK City of Culture for 2013. The announcement will be made in Liverpool. We'll get the latest from there in a few minutes. But first, Mike Liggins on the background to the bid.
Bright and breezy day in Norwich for the big day. 29 towns and cities entered the race, 14 made it onto the shortlist, including Ipswich. But now just 4 remain: Norwich, Londonderry, Sheffield and Birmingham. All have celebrity backing: Stephen Fry for Norwich, Liam Neeson for Londonderry, Michael Palin for Sheffield and Jasper Carrott for Birmingham. The winning city will apparently get money from the big arts and culture organisations, as well as being offered the chance to host big national events. Norwich was the 6-4 favourite, but bookies William Hill report an awful lot of money for Londonderry late on. Mike Liggins, BBC Look East, Norwich.
So these are anxious minutes for the team behind the bid from Norwich. Most of the team is in the Fusion, the arts venue in Norwich, just below this studio. And Susie is there now.
Yes, it's very tense down here, although I have to say I think they're also having a good time. These are the screens on which the bid team will find out whether they have become City of Culture 2013. Ian Johnson is one of that bid team. How are you feeling?
Nervous, but I'm excited and still confident as well, I think. I came in with a fully black beard. It's now gone white with the tension, but I'm confident.
Now, Norwich has been favourite with the bookies for quite a while, but there was some last-minute flurry of bets on Londonderry. Has that unsettled you?
No, it hasn't. I think that story, it came from a story in the paper, and I think that's affected the booking. But I still think we probably had the best bid. I spoke to somebody from the Birmingham team last week, and they think we're the favourites and we still will win it. So I'm going with them.
Charlotte Scott, you're an actress born in this part of the world, gone on to great things. You've just been starring in the Rocky Horror Show just down the road in the Theatre Royal. Obviously, this is where you learnt your trade. How strongly do you feel about Norwich becoming City of Culture?
Well, anyone who knows me knows that I'm an advocate of coming from Norwich, and I just think that winning the bid would show that I'm justified in being proud of where I've come from, and I just think there's so many opportunities here, and Norwich is so great for the arts especially, and what's more cultural than the arts?
Do you think people outside of Norwich realise quite how much is going on here?
I really don't think so. I think, especially out of all the cities that are up for City of Culture, I think we're probably perceived as being quite a small city compared to the others, and I think we've definitely got a lot to offer, if not more, than the others.
Brilliant. Thank you both for talking to us, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. Not long to go. Back to you, Stuart.
Susie, thank you very much indeed. So, that announcement is being made in Liverpool. Joe Black is there for us now. Joe.
Stuart, hello, good evening and welcome to Liverpool. Look, we're standing here in front of the Liverbirds, which are overlooking the River Mersey. Now, in 2008, this was the European capital of culture, but could tonight be Norwich's night, and could they be the first UK city of culture? Now, if you just take a look over there, lots of people gathering, but the screen's through there and the announcements will be made very, very shortly. Well, let's talk about how important this is for Norwich, and we're joined by Councillor Alan Waters. Alan, thank you for joining us. Are you nervous?
Nervous and excited, but confident. We're in the final, and whether win or lose, we're going to have a great celebration.
Actually, that's quite interesting. If you do lose, what are you going to do? How are you going to sort of carry on? Are you still going to implement some of the things you've promised if you win?
Absolutely, because we have brought together so many organisations in Norwich, and we realise just how much support there is for Norwich beyond the city boundaries. So, you know, thousands of people have invested time and effort to get us to this stage, and we're not going to let them down. We're going to be celebrating 2013.
What will it mean for the people of Norwich and yourself? You know, you've been personally involved in this bid. It's taken about 6 months to put together.
Yeah, tremendous work. I mean, in short, anybody who lives in Norwich, invests in Norwich, works in Norwich, studies in Norwich, visits Norwich is going to benefit from the Capital of Culture bid that we've put together. So this is a great evening. Very confident we're going to give them a good fight, and win or lose, we're going to be working with the other 3 cities.
Thank you very much indeed, and the best of luck. Stuart, we've got absolutely everything crossed, and like we say, the announcement is very, very soon.
Joe, thank you very much indeed. And just a reminder, the winning bid will be announced during the One show on BBC One immediately after this programme. We'll have reaction from both Norwich and Liverpool in our late bulletin after the 10 o'clock news. And